This is our announcement on our Cybersecurity Summit, which will be happening very quickly. Is that right, Jay? Very quickly. We started, I want to welcome everybody who's here. It's great to have everybody who works in the cyber effort, the cyber field, who's been part of the cyber team with the City of Huntsville and with the Chamber of Commerce over the past 3 years. 2009, we started the cyber effort, and it came after we saw the one of the Joint Chiefs spoke at the SMDC conference, and he mentioned cyber about 15 times, and we kind of took that as a lead that that's a field that we needed to be working in. And then as soon as we started talking to people, we found out that many companies in Huntsville were already working in the cyber field. And so we took those companies that were working and the others who had cyber presences in other places and brought them all together and started working to promote the cyber field, to work within the cyber field, and also to promote contracts in the cyber field, which is workforce development, which brings jobs in. And I want to say I'm very proud of this crew who's standing behind us, because they're all part of the cyber effort, and they've all been part of Huntsville's effort to diversify its economy and to make sure that we have continuing jobs in this area. And the cyber effort comes down to jobs. We work very closely with the Chamber of Commerce, their technology committee, and have been working with them in both cyber, in energy, and in geospatial, because all of us have to work together to make this happen for our community. So it's an effort that that takes everybody.
And I appreciate you having us here, Mr. Mayor. I'm privileged to lead an outstanding group of volunteers, dedicated cyber professionals, who are organizing the 4th Annual North Alabama Cybersecurity Summit, June 7th at the VBC. I want to emphasize that we're a volunteer effort, and more importantly, that the proceeds from the summit go towards our scholarship for students studying cybersecurity. It's our way of giving back, as well as growing the next generation of cyber professionals. We're very excited about this year's summit as we continue to grow both in size and scope. That growth is an indicator of the increasing awareness of cybersecurity, as well as the dynamic economy here in the Tennessee Valley region. From an awareness perspective, you can barely pick up a newspaper or fire up your favorite browser without reading the news of yet another cyber attack or vulnerability. Cyber systems, which are now embedded in almost every facet of our economy and our everyday lives, are under constant assault from a variety of attackers. Our dependence on information technology to deliver critical infrastructure, such as power and water, healthcare, commerce, global supply chain, and even national security systems that include virtually every weapon system developed and operated by our armed forces, has become a defining issue for both government and the private sector. Our region is also known for its engineering and systems development prowess, stretching back to the early years of the U.S. space program. That technological reputation is expanding into the cyber world at a steady clip. Whether it's attracting new companies to the area to work for the many important federal clients here, or the established companies that serve the global commercial market, we are rapidly becoming known for our cyber engineering and our cybersecurity expertise. The summit is sponsored by the North Alabama chapter of the Information Systems Security Association, ISSA. Our chapter has more than tripled in the last 4 years and now has more than 175 members. We are now the number 15 chapter nationally and the number 16 chapter globally out of more than 150 chapters. Another indicator of how Huntsville and the Tennessee Valley continue to expand our economic footprint and grow into high-tech areas. This year, we're very pleased to have Cyber Huntsville, that the mayor spoke about, as our co-sponsor. Cyber Huntsville, as you undoubtedly are aware, is an initiative that began with Mayor Battle. His vision to take on the challenge of becoming a cyber center of excellence, if you will, in the Tennessee Valley region, and finding ways to enhance and accelerate the growth in cyber that I mentioned earlier. Our move to the VBC this year allows us to have both an expanded agenda as well as a larger exhibitor area. Our exhibitors and sponsors range from global players in the cyber sector, such as our platinum sponsors, McAfee and General Dynamics, to local small businesses, several of which are here today, who are on the cutting edge of technology development. We have a fantastic agenda with 2 tracks, technical and management, again with speakers that range from nationally known experts to some incredible local talent that Jay will introduce in just a couple of minutes. The 2-track agenda allows us to cover topics that are interesting to both technical experts as well as those more focused on enterprise and organizational management aspects of cybersecurity. We are particularly excited about our keynote speakers. We will begin the day with an opening keynote from Major General retired Richard Weber, who had a distinguished career with the U.S. Air Force and also served as the first commander of 24th Air Force, also known as U.S. Air Force Cyber Command, who were responsible to operate and defend the Air Force network and systems around the globe. Major General Weber was appointed as the Director for Cyber Programs Integration at Oak Ridge National Lab this past September. Oak Ridge is very engaged in the development of cutting-edge technology focused on critical infrastructure protection and the security of cyber systems, and we look forward to hearing about their efforts in this area. Our lunch keynote is no less accomplished. Dr. Andy Ozment, who was just recently appointed as the Deputy to the Coordinator for Cybersecurity at the White House. He comes to the White House for a second time, having most recently served as the Director for Compliance and Technology under the Chief Information Security Officer at the Department of Homeland Security. Dr. Ozment is a graduate of Grissom High School, his parents being Alabama natives and longtime Huntsvillians, and we're excited to welcome him back to Huntsville and get his perspective from the national level and Planet Beltway. That's a joke. In between, we have some great speakers, largely local, but also some that aren't from around here. The fact that we can provide such high-quality speakers from our local bench strength, as well as attract a large number of submissions from experts outside of Huntsville, again, just demonstrates both the talent and expertise we have here, as well as our growing reputation in the cyber arena. To get a little more into the local character of our speakers, I'd like to introduce Jay Kurowski, who will give us a closer look at some of our talented and colorful cyber experts.
Jeff is correct. We have some wonderful nationally recognized speakers that will be part of the summit on June 7th, and we also have some very colorful and very interesting local talent. One of those people is Jeremy Conway. I first heard Jeremy's presentation, first time I heard Jeremy speak was on something called PDF, a Vector of Badness Incognito. And in his talk, he revealed how he brilliantly discovered these vulnerabilities in this commercial software that we all use, but he also presented it in such a way that the brilliance was really in the presentation. And I think you'll enjoy Jeremy's presentation on the 7th of June at the summit. He'll be speaking on circumventing national security with Ozment. If you want to know what Ozment is, come and listen. I'm sure Jeremy would love to tell you, and I'm sure you'll be entertained at the same time. Another one of our local talent is Ben McGee, the Chief Scientist of Alita Technologies, and Ben will be speaking on a topic called The Storm is Coming, Mobile Security, where he'll be talking about vulnerabilities to our smartphones and other portable technology. Ben's presentation is part of the management track of the summit, and since he teaches cybersecurity courses at UAH, I'm sure his presentation will be both informative and interesting. Ben holds numerous credentials, including certified ethical hacker, and he's also the president of ISSA, who's one of the co-sponsors of the summit. We also have other members of the Huntsville community that will give presentations at the summit. For those looking for heavy-duty cyber meatiness, we'll have technical track speakers that include Paul Coggins of Dynetics presenting Own the Network and Own the Data, and Jacob Nafke of Raytheon Pikeworks presenting When the Box Isn't Dead, Live Memory Forensics. Raytheon Pikeworks is always sure to please those looking to get their deep technology synopsis firing. All the citizens of Huntsville and other places around the world live in cyberspace, and it's a scary place. The guys I mentioned are doing a great job to make it a safer place. And I give a lot of credit to Mayor Battle for creating Cyber Huntsville. He had the foresight to know that Huntsville is the place to build cyber synergy like nowhere else on the planet. Huntsville has a culture of collaboration like nowhere else and is home to system engineering talent and cyber talent like nowhere else, and therefore is able to generate synergies like nowhere else, which is critical for solving cyber challenges that are plaguing the nation. Huntsville's quickly becoming part of the nation's cyber solution set. Thank you.
You've heard some cyber humor in there, although most people didn't realize that. We want to thank the Chamber for letting us use this facility, and they're our conduit back to the business community. They do a great job through their technical committee of working with us on the day-to-day basis, and we look forward to June 7th and a great summit where we get to hear more about the cyber world and what the availability of work is in there and also what the threats are out there. So thank you very much.